Anybody out there yet? Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Anyone out there? Hello. Good morning, good morning. Okay, I won't sing this morning. A little early for me to sing badly. Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, David. Good morning, Bulldozer. Hope you guys are doing well. So, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, I'm gonna make a coffee here in a little bit. So, what kind of coffee are you drinking? So, if you could let me know, how is the video and the audio? I'm actually outside. Well, I have the camera on my phone just inside the door of my workshop because I was actually going to do it on the deck of my workshop, but it's really windy out, and I'm going to make a coffee, so I'm going to do it inside the door. But last time I tried to do, okay, cool. The last time I tried to do a live stream in my shop, it didn't work because I have a metal roof. But so that's good if it's working. I'm gonna. So right now I have the camera focusing outside, and this is our little hobby farm, and there's my pickup in our house. The sun's coming up over there. It's pretty breezy this morning, but ground coffee espresso. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I'm gonna wait a little bit here, see if others are gonna come on. So what's the weather like where you all are at? Let me know where you are and what the temperature is. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around here on me. I know that's not really the best, but you'd probably rather keep looking out there. Ah, there I am. Okay, so all right. I think what I'm gonna do is 32 degrees. Bulldozer, are you in? You're in St. Michael, correct? David, oh, you're in the UK. Okay, that's right. That is so cool. Very cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Ramblin' Live, Saturday morning live, coffee with Marty. So I've been doing live streams for quite a few years, off and on, and sometimes I'll do it on YouTube. Use YouTube as the app, and sometimes I'll use StreamYard. Today I'm using StreamYard because I might have a couple of guests on, and it works good for guests. Oh, okay. You're in Princeton. Oh, my sister's in Princeton. So yeah. Actually, I think my sister and my brother are in the Princeton area. 57 and sunny. Okay, in the UK. All right. All right. And Bulldozer's 32 in Princeton. So yeah. But yeah, so sometimes I use YouTube and sometimes I use StreamYard. And today I'm using StreamYard. So let me know how the audio and the video is. And also, is it backwards? Like, are you seeing it right? Like, this is my right hand, but when I'm looking at it, it looks like my left hand. But anyway, I think on YouTube it's always backwards, but on here it should be right. Like, let's see. Find something that has some words on it. Okay, I'll show this. Are the words backwards or are they right? Um, so I'm doing. I want to figure out which app is better to do live streams. To actually do it on YouTube or do it with StreamYard. I think they both work pretty good, and there's different things about them. Um, but yeah. So we got 5 people on here. Okay, David and Bulldozer on here. Who else is on here? There must be people who you're not logged in. I can't see you, but reverse handed. What do you mean? They are not backwards. Okay, so it's good. So it's not. Okay. Yeah, so it's weird. When I'm looking at it, it's backwards, but it should be right for you. Hi, honey. Good morning, hon. I love you. I miss you. Praying for you. Okay, we got a few people on here. Oh, I just lost somebody. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you what the lineup is. I'm going to share scripture, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to make a coffee this morning, and I have a new stove, which my wife got me. I'm going to try it, hon. Might be my settings. Your right is my left. Okay. So this is my right hand. Well, yeah. So if you look in, it looks like it's on the left side, but it's actually my right hand. I don't know. It's really weird. um. So yeah, I'm gonna make coffee. So yeah, I have a new stove, a new canteen cup, and a new coffee. And a cup you might not have seen too. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to get that going, and then I'm just gonna share. Okay, first of all, what's the weather update for everybody? Okay, so Bulldozer is in Princeton and it's 32, and you're actually only about an hour and a half northeast of where we are. And David says it's what did you say again? 57, I think, and he's in the UK. That's pretty cool. So where are you in the UK, David? That'd be interesting to know too. We have a friend, Andy. I think he's in Suffolk, I think. And then there's some other YouTubers I watch that are in the UK too. All right. It is well, last time I checked, it was 29 here. It's a little chilly. It's gorgeous though, a beautiful day, sunshine, but it's breezy. That's why I'm doing it inside my shop. So hopefully this will work. So yeah, and it's gonna be 48 today, I think. 50 some tomorrow, 60s on Monday. It's crazy. Spring has sprung in Minnesota finally. We have a tiny bit of snow left, and I am actually going to take the snow fence down and take the snow blower off. Yep, pretty guaranteed that we're going to get a blizzard. Try to do that, but I think we're safe. Anyway, yeah. Okay, I wanted to share scripture for today. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. One of the first scriptures I memorized many years ago. So yeah, and that, gosh, we can use that in all of life, in all different areas, and just to know that he is with us, and when we don't understand what's happening and all that stuff. I'm missing a button here. Find another button to sew on there. Missing a button. Okay, David's in Leicestershire Central. Okay, I know I messed up saying that. Sorry, Leicestershire, Leicestershire, Leicestershire. I don't know. That's cool. Oh boy, it'd be neat to visit over there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get a coffee going here. Yeah. Okay, so what I was going to talk about today is the 5 W's of woodworking. Okay. And so who, what, where, when, and why. And so I'm just going to share quickly who helped me get into woodworking, what kind of woodworking I do, where have I done woodworking, like where was my first shop, where we had, where have we lived and done different woodworking. Actually, I might even bring some woodworking jobs into it. When did I start woodworking? When were the different highlights of different times when I've done woodworking, and why I enjoy woodworking. So that's what I'm going to do. And I might have a few guests if anybody wants to pop in that I sent links to. You could come in a little bit and share your 5 W's of woodworking: who, what, where, when, and why. Or we could just talk about anything, y'all. We could talk about the scripture verse. We could talk about the weather. We could talk about coffee. We could talk about hiking. Any kind of hobbies you want to talk about, anything new, questions, advice, complaints about my silly YouTube videos stuff. Yeah. Anywho, any of that. Okay, so I want to start a copy here while we're talking. So I'm gonna put the camera out just a bit and then try to get it down here. Oh, good night. All right, so I have a little table here, and actually, this is my little bench that I made for in my truck for Scrollsawing. I took it out of the truck. My big truck is actually in the shop getting an oil change. So I took my scroll saw out, and I'm doing some cleaning and organizing the truck, so I took that out. So I'm actually using this in the shop today, so it works good. So I have pistachios here in the little cup I made. It's supposed to be a shape of a pistachio, but not really. I don't know. And it's actually pistachio wood. The top part, my friend Chris from California gave me some pistachio, and it's really pretty wood. And then I believe the bottom is poplar or maple. But yeah, so I got to have pistachio start here. So as I'm getting ready here, yeah, I throw the shells at the camera. If anybody has any questions or thoughts or anything they want to talk about as I'm getting this ready. Okay, so I have a new stove, a new coffee, a new canteen cup, and a new cup. Well, it's not new, but you probably haven't seen it in a while. Okay, this is the stove. All know I like all my little stoves, whether they're bought or DIY. My wonderful wife who's watching right now, she got me this. Honey, I think you got this for Christmas, and I forgot about it. It's been sitting on the dryer, so I want to try this one out. So I looked it up, and it's a Northwest Territories canister stove, and it's really nice. It looks brand new. I don't think it's ever been used. It seems really solid. So it's Northwest Territories. So I'm gonna try that. And then, well, yeah, let's get that stuck. Okay, so I'm gonna use, and you can use. It actually came with the big green propane, but I'm gonna try it on one of these because I like to have a stove lower than higher. I like the green propane ones for a lantern, but for a stove, I'd rather have it lower. So I'm gonna try one of these. It should work with these. And they still got some in here. I mean, these are butane propane blend things, so it should work. So we'll see. I'm actually gonna put this again. This is a lid from a can, and I just I save these, and they work really good. Little stands or little plates for stoves. And look at that. That's perfect on there. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna put this on. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so well, maybe that's not going to work with these ones. Maybe I have to use the other kind. Okay, I do have to use the other kind. Okay, I'm going to go get one then. I'll be right back. I guess it doesn't work with the little ones, so I'll be right back. I'll let you guys look at the sun coming up here. Well, I guess I got to turn the camera. All right. Y'all go get a coffee or a snack. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, you gotta love it. These technical difficulties. Oh, good night. Okay, let's get it turned around here again. Okay, so, and I actually brought my little Coleman one too, if for some reason it doesn't work. Sure, it's gonna work because it's like brand new. I don't think it's ever been used. Okay, so yeah, so I thought it would work on the little canisters, but I guess not. Everybody still with me? All right, so what we're gonna have to do then, okay, is use this kind. Oh, good night. Why is that so tight? Um, good thing we're live, right? Is everybody still with me? Anybody still with me? You guys can comment as I'm just trying to make things work here. Why is that so tight? Okay, hold on. All right, okay. All right, what could go wrong, right? Ooh, it's a little chilly. All right, okay, that'll work. Okay, so try to put this on right. Okay, that's different. It should be right. Oh yeah. Okay. That's right. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. See, I was just thinking it would be cool to use this on the smaller one. Uh, good night. Because it's lower, but that's okay. All right. So I'm gonna get my canteen kit here. And I did get a new canteen cup the other day, and because I want to use a different canteen cup for doing food than I do for coffee. So my old canteen cup, that one's going to be just for coffee, or that one's going to be just for food now. This new one I got uh is going to be just for coffee. So yeah. All right. So let's fill this up. And I'm making bush coffee too. And yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay. That. All right, let's try out this new stove. See if it's hopefully it won't blow up on me. Not working. Huh. Well, that's too bad. All right. Okay. I'll have to play around with that later. I don't wanna if something doesn't light right away, I like to just put it aside. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I like that one you got me. I wanted to, but it's not lighting for some reason. Okay, plan B. We're gonna use my trusty Coleman one here. You know what? I got another little one I got a couple of years ago, a pocket rocket I've never used, but I think it's in my backpack in the house. So we'll use this one. Oh shoot, I gotta go back in and get the other canister. This is where I lose people. All right, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, good night. All right. Oh, that's too bad. I wanted to do that one. It's brand new, so I don't know what. I don't know. Oh, I'm spilling water now too. Oh, good night. All right. If anybody has any thoughts or questions, my honey says that looks a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. Careful and don't get hurt. How do you turn it on and off? Well, there's just a dial on there to turn it on and off. And but I turn it on and nothing, the gas isn't coming out. So if it's not coming out, I always are a little leery. So just gonna use this one. This is my little Coleman Peak one. All right, so this one always works. I think the switch is getting stripped on this one too. I don't know, but there we go. Okay. Oh, the handles don't lock on this one. They should. That's weird. Oh well. All right. So this is my new canteen cup. Got, it was like $10. It was used, but it's like new, and I just cleaned it super good. All right. So that's working. All right. And this is the wood mug I'm going to use. My friend Don, he's a wood turner, and he made this one for me. I have a little one too that I keep in my backpack for hiking, but this is my big one I have in the house. So this is probably a good, oh, I don't know, 12, 14 ounce cup. So that'll be a good cup this morning. And I got my gloves and the coffee I got yesterday. It was on sale. I'd like to get different ones. This one's Better Goods Sumatra Dark Roast. Deep and robust with smoky, earthy tones and chocolate undertones. Yes. So that's the coffee we're going to use. Gosh, that's too bad this stove didn't work. I don't know why it wasn't. Okay. So, who else do we have on here? So David and Bulldozer and my honey, my wonderful wife. Continue to pray for my wife. She's in the hospital about an hour and a half from here in the cities, recovering from injuries. And yeah, God is with her, and she's going to heal quickly and be home soon too. So, all right. So I'm going to share the 5 W's of woodworking. And then if anybody wants to pop in that I sent a link to, you can be a guest on the show here and share your 5 W's. And you could be on too if you want. I know you're not a woodworker, but you know you're part of my woodworking, and you can share, or we can talk about anything at all. It's totally open. Oh, that's hot. That's working good. So another thing I'm going to do soon is do a video on like all of my stoves, whether they're the Botten ones or DIY ones. I think it'd be kind of fun. And I got a couple of new ones. They're actually in the truck. Not new. They're older and they're really cheap. I got on Marketplace. So and I do all my stoves together. I still got to get the one working, but thinking I will just watch today. Okay. All right, hon. I love you so much. All right. So my 5 W's of woodworking. I guess I could turn this up a little bit here. And if the reception is good, I don't know, maybe in a little bit I'll do a quick tour of my shop. I know I have a full shop tour, but just for fun might be kind of neat. So I pray everybody's doing well today. Thanks for joining me in the live stream. I know a lot of people are busy. Or whoever can come and join. And again, if you missed the live stream, you can watch the replay later. I just thought it'd be fun to do a live stream. I enjoy doing live streams because I connect with people that watch my channel, which is kind of fun. And that's what I like to do. I like to talk back and forth. So I don't want to just ramble. And so ask me questions and anything. Thoughts, complaints, anything. And the thing is, if you share your thoughts and ideas and stuff in the comments, everybody sees it. And actually, I can click on it and it'll go on the screen. So then everybody can see that. And you all can talk back and forth too. Oh, I haven't had pistachios in a while. Oh, honey, when you get home, we'll have pistachios and coffee on the deck together, okay? Fingers are cold. Okay, so 5 W's of woodworking for me. Who, what, where, when, and why. So who got me into woodworking? So it actually goes back a little farther than I usually say. I mean, the first time I ever did woodworking wasn't really with my dad. So I'm going to include my dad, though. So my dad really wasn't a woodworker, but he had a little shop in a little place in his garage at home. And so my parents were divorced when I was like a year old. So I grew up with my mom and stepdad. And then my brothers and sisters grew up with my dad and stepmom. Anyway, I would go visit my dad now and then at his house, and I go ice fishing and camping with him a lot. So good memories there. So whenever I go to his house, sometimes we go out in his garage. And he had a workbench out there, and he had an old stove. I think he might have made it. Yeah, it was like out of an old drum or something. And he'd get a fire going. It was cold, when fall or winter or spring. And he just putz with stuff. And he'd made just working on something on his workbench, not really woodworking, but fixing things with the house, or maybe it was something with his camper or his fish house or his boat. He did like camping and fishing and stuff, so it might have been something with that. Maybe it was something with his pickup. But yeah, just putz with stuff. And my dad taught me the fine art of just to learn to putz. Just work on stuff, repair things, build things, just different things like that. So I learned that from my dad. From my stepdad, Wally, he was a carpenter, and so I did a little bit of woodworking with him. And I'm guessing I was probably 14 or so. And he helped me build a cabinet, which I still have. It's not in here. I should put it in here. I think it's in the garage in the corner. And it was to hold cassette tapes. I had a cassette tape collection when I was younger, and I had like 400 or 500 cassettes, and it held I think that held 400 cassettes. It was huge. It was really neat, and we built that together. I also built a little box that held like wooden matches. And I did a couple of plaques, and I did wood burning on them, just small things, like a couple of little things. I wish I had some of those things. I still have the cassette rack. I'll have to do a video of that because it's in the garage. That's probably the oldest thing I have that I made out of wood. And so I did that with my stepdad. So my younger days learning to putz from my dad, when I was a kid, and then when I was a teenager, like 14, I learned from my stepdad just a little bit of woodworking, and then from my uncle Don. That was later in life. I'm an adult now. They gave me, my uncle Don and my grandpa Mord gave me a scroll saw, and it's back there on the shelf somewhere over there. It's an old Craftsman 18-inch. And I learned the scroll saw. And so I learned scroll saw woodworking from them. And then also learning from other YouTubers, watching YouTubers, and from magazines and books, and just learning woodworking. And so a lot of different people inspired me and encouraged me and taught me just different things about woodworking. See how my coffee's doing here. David says, love and prayers to your loved ones, sunshine, speedy recovery. Oh, thanks so much. Thank you so very much. Yes, he's going to heal and be up and at him and running around soon. Oh, yeah, it's almost boiling. These work really well. I like my DIY stoves and my alcohol stoves and stuff, but these are nice too. They work really fast. It's almost ready. Put the coffee in just a little bit. Actually, I think I'll put it in now. So how is the audio in the video? Is it still good? Because I kind of have the camera, the phone, which is what I do all my videos on, just right inside the door of my shop. Oh, good night. My fingers aren't strong enough. Okay. So I'm making bush coffee here, and so I do it in my canteen cup. When the water's hot or almost boiling, put some coffee in it. Oh, I don't have my little stir spoon thing. I always forget something. Okay, so I just pour that in there, kind of cover the water. I wanted a good strong cup today. To be honest with you, I've already had 3 cups of coffee from the pot in the house, but this is gonna be the bush coffee. So I need to figure out something to stir that. I don't really stir it. I just like it all to be in the water just to get kind of so it doesn't burn on the edges. So find something somewhat clean to stir that in. Let's see here. What do we got? All right, piece of wood. All right, that'll work. How you feeling this morning, hon? I love you so much. I hope you have a really good day. Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. So I'm planning on coming early as I can, and then we can watch church together and spend the day together. And looking forward to that, and then looking forward to Monday or Tuesday when you get to come home. So I just like to stir it in like this. Well, I usually don't put the lid on, but it's a cool breeze coming here, so I'm gonna put the lid on for just a little bit, but I'm gonna really watch it. R&A Creative Woodworks. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Just a little coffee and chat in my wood shop this morning. So that's the other thing too. I want to figure out a place. So I want to figure out a place to make coffee videos when I can't really do it outside too much, if it's too cold or windy or whatever. And just make coffee videos or cooking videos and with my little stoves and just different DIY things. This is kind of fun. And because I thought, well, I could do it in the shop in here, but it's a wood shop. Do I really want to have flames in my wood shop? I actually could, or like right inside the door, this works good. There's no dust really. I haven't been cutting dust for a while, or cutting wood. But then I thought, well, how about in the garage right next door? So I'm built a little table, and I have a couple of my wood stove, my little DIY stoves and little camp stove and stuff. I have them in there. But I have another idea what I might do. I have my deck right here, and I don't really use it much. So on the deck of my shop, sometimes I'll put the sander out to do sanding or my scroll saw out or whatever. Otherwise, I don't do much on the deck. I think I might make a little in the corner of the deck here, make an area, and I might even close it in, put some plywood around it or something eventually. So it's a little area on the deck and then put all my little stoves in maybe a shelf or a cupboard out there. All my stoves and DIY stoves, canister stoves, Coleman stoves and stuff, they'll all be together. And I could do little videos out there, somewhat enclosed. So I'm thinking about doing that. So yeah. Okay. So what kind of woodworking do I do? Scrollsawing is mainly what I started doing. I really enjoy Scrollsawing, and that's the first kind of woodworking I did, really. Well, except for with my stepdad, we built a couple things, so that wasn't really Scrollsawing. But mainly through the years, Scrollsawing is my main one, and sounds good. I have PT at 11 tomorrow. You could join again. Okay, sounds wonderful, hon. I think I'm going to try to actually plan to get there like maybe 8 or 9. And maybe we can watch church before, or part of it anyway, before you go to PT or something. I'm going to try. If I can get up early, we'll see. But yeah, scroll sawing is still my favorite and still my main kind of woodworking. Not quite boiling, but it's really hot. There's a little breeze on the side here. I could make like a that's what I could do. I should make a like a windbreak windscreen for a canister stove, like a coffee can one. It would go over it, so it's higher. Could do that. Yeah. So mainly scroll sign, but then I started carving signs with a router. I learned that from the Rotens. Check out their channel, Eric Roten. And uh, yeah, his dad passed away a couple of years ago. And so him and his son Eric, and then actually Eric's son, the grandson Ryan, they all carve signs, and it's been their living their whole life. So it's really neat. They got a really good, they're a neat family. They have a really cool channel, and they show you for free. They're free videos you can watch, and to learn how to carve signs by hand with a small router like this. You don't use uh, it's all by hand, so it's kind of neat. So I started carving signs. I was doing that for a while. I haven't done it for a while, but and then other things like making boxes, making flags, which I want to do a flag sometime. I haven't been home much. I've been working much. I haven't had time in the shop, but I want to do a flag sometime. And then small pieces of furniture kind of things, little shelves and different things. I'm not a furniture maker, but I mean just simple things. And then carving spoons, things like that. And then custom items and different things. So lots of different woodworking, but my whole shop really revolves around my scroll saw. That's my main form of woodworking and my favorite kind of woodworking. Almost boiling, so it's probably good, but leave a little bit more. Um, I've made chairs and benches also. Yeah, so there's been oh my nose. Uh I've never learned real good skills as far as building things. Everything I build is usually just out of 2x4 construction. But I have made some things like of oak and cherry and maple and stuff, mainly oak. Um, and I just learn as I go, really. So yeah, I've made Adirondack chairs. I've made some little benches. We have a couple little benches in the house. Um, I've made a podium, and a prayer table, a communion table for our churches and crosses. I've made a puppet theater once. I made like a Civil War trunk for somebody one time. Some were custom orders, or some were custom make gifts for people. Oh, starting to boil. The lid is actually moving there. Yeah, look at it. See, so it's better not to have the lid on after it gets going. Um, and yeah, different things through the years. Oh, I made our welcome table at our church. Um, there's a lot of things. I actually have a collection of pictures of almost everything I've made, and I have it on computer. Actually, I have it on my phone. Um, and almost ready to pour. It'll be good. New canteen cup. I tried the new stove, but it worked. But well, I'll get it working, honey. And a new coffee. I don't think I've ever had this one. Um, yeah, there's boiling a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, um, but yeah, I've made some different pieces of furniture. I don't know fancy techniques or finishing things or furnish. I just don't. I'm not good at that. But I have made some different special projects, bigger things through the years. But yeah, there now it's boiling. Okay, we're gonna take it off. Can you see it there? Okay, turn the stove off. Okay, stove there. All right. Now what I like to do is just tap. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. This will work. Just tap the. Oh, now you can't see it, but tap the canteen cup, and it kind of settles the grounds. Um, and if I get some little grounds in my bush coffee, I don't mind. But for the most part, I don't. All right. I'm gonna put both gloves on just in case I spill. Um, pretty clean. Yeah, these handles don't lock. Like, well, maybe I just gotta adjust it or something. But I gotta be careful here. I'm trying to pour. No, that's not gonna work. Well, I'm gonna do it like this then. Not the best way to. Oh, wait, what do we got going on? It says something about the charger cord. Are we still on? Sadly, gotta go and pick my wife up. See you all later. Okay, David, thanks for being with us. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you want to wait 2 seconds, you can see me pour the coffee. I got to hold the canteen cup like this, which I don't like to do, but the handles aren't locking. I'll have to work on that. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that color. Dark Sumatra. Oh, that looks good. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna put the lid on so it stays somewhat warm. Okay. Oh yeah, I like my bush coffee. I like it. There's something neat about making coffee in a canteen cup on a little stove. It is starting to warm up, but I'm in the shade here. The sun's coming up. Are we all still here? Okay. See how it tastes. Ooh, it smells good. It's really hot. Oh my goodness, it's really hot. Okay, I'm gonna let it cool just a second. Tastes good though. Always tastes good. Honey, have you had coffee there? I know it's usually not the best and kind of weak in hospitals, but all right, what are we up to? We are up to where I've done woodworking. So actually I forgot one on here, but so I would have to say Anoka is really the first because we're kind of going back because I was thinking, and when we'll get to the when in a little bit here, but you know, I really started woodworking earlier than I thought. So, but yeah, I started woodworking in Anoka where I grew up. So when I was like 14 or so, my my stepdad Wally, he helped me build some things. So yeah, that was in Anoka, Minnesota. Um, so yeah, where I did a couple of those wood projects with him. Have a wonderful day. Don't Dave, enjoy time with your wife. Oh, yeah. See, that's what's neat when you guys talk back with and forth with each other. So hopefully we'll see maybe Robert, Frankie, Lynn, Chris, Andy, maybe those guys will pop in here too. And I don't know, I'm not sure. Hayden and Casey and the boys might be watching on the TV in the house. I can see the TV right now. Can't tell what's on. They might be watching something else. But if you're watching, hi. Bumpa loves you. If anybody else, family or friends are watching, I love you all because I don't see who is on here. It says 7 people, but I only see 3 people. So not sure who else is watching. So just to let you know, if you're watching and you're not logged in on your account, then it won't show up. And you can't really comment either. So if you want me to see who you are, and I don't have to, that's okay, but log into your YouTube account and then you can comment also. Yep, having coffee with you, brown sugar and almond milk for a change. Ooh, that sounds good, honey. That sounds really good. All right, let me see if it's cooled out a little bit. Oh, it's so hot. Wow. That worked really good. That still worked good. I like that little one. But I like using the alcohol stoves too and different ones. And oh yeah, that's good. Strong Sumatra dark roast. Ooh, that's good. That's good coffee. Good coffee, y'all. Mm. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, that's good. That'll wake you up. I'll wake up the neighbors. Wake up, everybody. See you today. Happy Saturday, y'all. So yeah, I started in Anoka. Um, and then in my older teen years, young adult years, I was kind of lost trying to find myself in life. And yeah, so I wasn't doing much woodworking until I'm gonna say, well, yeah, basically 1992. Um, And then when my Uncle Don and Grandpa Moore got me into Scrollsawing and woodworking. And so my first shop really was they gave me the scroll saw, and it was in our apartment garage on the floor of the garage in wintertime, and it was cold. And I had it plugged in, and I sat there with a couple of pieces of scrap wood they gave me, and I tried to make some snowmen and this Christmas trees and stuff, where I think were the first things I cut out. Oh, I thought, I don't think I can get this. This is hard. It wasn't working, but I didn't give up. No, like 30 years, over 30 years later, 33 years now. I'm really still enjoying scroll sawing and woodworking, but yeah, a scroll saw on the floor of an apartment garage. And then I must have been working in a wood shop, because I brought home a pallet and some boards, and I made a workbench out of a pallet and boards. And then I just slowly kind of made things out of scrap and stuff, and made workbenches and got used tools and different, and slowly got a workshop and stuff. But that was an apartment in New Hope, Minnesota. And then we bought a house in Brooklyn Center. And then I set up kind of a full shop in our one-car garage in there. And my first big workbench was actually out of a door, a full-size door, a scrap door, from my work again, I think, and made a workbench out of the door. That was kind of nice. That actually works really nice, an old door, like a wood door. Oh, it's good. And that was Brooklyn Center. And then we moved out here to Litchfield, Minnesota, about 70 miles west of Minneapolis. So then I had we had a 2-car garage, and I set up a shop in there on one side, so I had one. But then I eventually used the whole garage, 2-car garage, as my shop. That was the biggest shop I ever had, 2 cars. And we actually had gas heater in there at one time, so that was kind of nice. And then we sold that house. We moved to Darwin, Minnesota, just a few miles back east. And we were renting a house, and I had a small shop there. And it was kind of neat, because I always had my scroll saw by a window. And so there, it was kind of a neat view of the woods and Lake Manuela nearby. I'm trying to get these in order. And then we moved back to Litchfield, and we rented a house on the lake. And I didn't have a shop there. Remember, honey? I didn't have a shop because that garage was falling apart. Didn't have a shop in there, but I had that trailer. Ah, that's right. We bought a trailer, and I tried to do a handyman business, and we tried to do a gift shop, and that didn't work. We tried, but just couldn't make it. But that trailer, I had a shop on wheels, and that's one of my very first videos on my YouTube. Yeah, so it was a shop on wheels, and like a 6x10 trailer. And then from there, okay, yeah, then we moved to 3rd Street, so we were back in Litchfield again. And I had a shop there, the 1-car garage shop there. And if I remember right, we had like just one window in there. It was like those glass block windows or something, if I remember right. And then we moved to Hutchinson, Minnesota. We were going to rent to own the farm. Remember that? And there, I actually, yeah. Well, I actually had to sell a lot of my tools and stuff. So then I was trying to get some new tools, old used tools, and everything. But anyway, had a shop set up temporarily in the barn, it was a shed. I think it was like 2 cars or whatever. Anyway, head in there, and then we decided we're not farmers, and we moved back to town. And yeah, that's when we moved to the brown house on the lake, right, hon? So then I had, set up a shop in there. That was a nice 1-car shop. We were on Lake Ripley again. And then from there we moved out here. Now we're about 6 miles west of Litchfield, south of Grove City, and had a garage shop, and then eventually built this shop next to the garage. So that's kind of the shops I've had through the years, where I had them and stuff. I also had some different woodworking jobs. I think probably my first one was Great Plains Supply in Little Canada, Minnesota. And it was a Anderson windows. We built Anderson windows and put them together, and Actually, I started out as a truck driver, driving a small straight truck, delivering windows and doors and millwork and stuff to different job sites and people's homes. And then I got to go into the shop, and then I worked in the shop building windows, and I had a workbench, and that was my first shop experience, really. And that was like 94 to 96, 97 along there. And I need a pistachio. And also, my friends Larry and Mike, they were believers, and they shared Jesus with me, and because of them, I went to the Billy Graham Crusade in July 1996 and gave my life to Christ. So, started following Jesus 1996. So that was neat. It was fun working with them. We had so much fun. We worked hard, but we had fun in the shop too. Somewhere I have a video. I wish I could find that. If I ever find it, it's on like videotape. I'll get it on my channel. That would be so cool. I gotta see if I can do that. Anyway, yeah. So I worked there. Not really woodworking, but was building windows and learning to use tools and different things. And that's where I learned to build workbenches. All my workbenches are simple, thrifty, easy, sturdy, out of 2x4s and plywood. That's where I learned to build my workbenches. Watching Larry and Mike when they built theirs, and then I built my own workbench in the shop there. But yeah, them. I work different jobs. I've had so many jobs, I've done everything. And there's a plane flying over. Looks like it's probably going, I don't know, northwest somewhere. Anyway, the airport's like 70, 80 miles from us. Minneapolis airport. Anybody still on here? I'm just rambling. You guys can talk or ask questions, and if anybody wants to pop in, and I haven't seen anybody pop in as far as guests. If anybody wants to, I'm almost done sharing mine. Then I'm just going to ramble and maybe show a couple things. I'm going to answer a couple questions people ask me. But if anybody wants to be on the show, it'd be wonderful. But then we moved out here in 2001 and to Litchfield. And I got a job in Cokato, Minnesota, in a sauna factory or sauna shop, building finished saunas. The guys who own the company are actually from Finland. And so I worked there, and I ran a radial arm saw. Yeah, I'll tell that story in a second. And then I transferred to different departments in there, and actually I ended up being a lead of the custom department. And so yeah, I've had different leads and supervisor positions in my life, and I've changed so much. But anyway, and then yeah, then they actually asked me to go run the radial arm saw again for a while because I knew how to do it well, and the people that were doing it, they just weren't doing a good job. So it was partially my fault and partially that there was a recall on the saw. The radial arm saw is one of the most dangerous saws out there. People can't even sell them anymore. They give them away. But I might get one, a free one, just to put in the shop and just to show when I'm teaching scrollsawing to show the story and but not use it. But anyway, there was a recall on that saw, which I probably could have got some money from that if I wanted to sue, but I didn't. Because there was a recall. We shouldn't have been using the saw because the recoil wasn't working, and so the saw slid forward. And I was praising God and singing to the newsboys, and and I was working and paying attention, but I must have looked away, and it slid. The blade grabbed this knuckle and ripped it out and sucked it up through the dust collection system. Never seen that knuckle again. And it was pretty bad. It was, I fell down on the floor, and then my supervisor came over. Marty, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I got this. And he helped me to the bathroom. We were washing out, and he's like, oh gosh, it's barely hanging on there. I'm like, thanks. I was like, so anyway, they brought me to the hospital, and I don't remember, but I think they took me by helicopter from Litchfield to St. Cloud, and then they did surgery, and so they welded it together. So there's a little piece of metal in here. I can't bend it. Until I see Jesus again, I won't be able to bend this finger. But yeah, they did a really weird, not a real good job welding it or attach. It's kind of, that's that story. Oh, that's good coffee. Oh, it's always good coffee. But yeah. So, and I think that's really the only two wood shops I ever worked in. Well, I worked part-time in a cabinet shop in Litchfield here for a little while, but I'm that was more master carpentry, and I'm not that good really. I'm not that really good at anything. I just have never had the time to really get good and learn skills. You know, I'm just a putz. I mean, I'm always learning. I love to learn, but I'm not real good at any kind of master carpentry or woodworking or finishing. Yeah, I'm not, um, but yeah, I think that's the wood places I where I work. When? Okay, about 1980 is when my stepdad was showing me helping me do a few wood projects. I think it was like 14 years old, somewhere along in there. 1992 is when my uncle Don and Grandpa Mord, they got me into scroll saw woodworking. 2001 is when we moved out to Litchfield and I set up a bigger shop and got more into woodworking. 2008, my wonderful wife and I tried to do a little gift shop. It was Sunshine, what was it? Sunshine Woodworks and Gifts, or Sunshine Gifts. And it was my woodworking and used Christian books. And we just couldn't make it, but it was fun. We made some good connections and friends to doing that. And around that same time, we got that trailer, and I tried to do a handyman business out of the trailer. And, I didn't work either. But then 2014 is when I started my YouTube channel. So yeah, that was 10, 11 years ago. Or, something like that. My first channel. This channel has been going for a little over a year, but my first channel I started 2014, went for 10 years, and I deleted that channel and started this channel. Most of the best videos are on this channel. So yeah, follow that story. And then and then 2018 we bought our little hobby farm here in West Central Minnesota, and I got a shop in the garage. And then 2019 built this shop. And this is a 10 by 24 shop. Basically built out of scrap for the most part. And now it's 2025, and I kind of reorganized the shop this year and did a new shop tour, and yeah, that's where that's at. I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. Ask some questions or talk back and forth, or that kind of. Don't go away. All right. That's bad. Honey, if you want to, I don't know, maybe everybody's just busy, and that's okay. But do you want to quickly go on the fun chat and let everybody know that if anybody wants to be a guest, they can pop in. They just have to click the link in the fun chat. And then why? Why do I do woodworking? Well, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's relaxing. It's therapy. It's creative, and I can make wonderful gifts. That's kind of my reasons for why I do woodworking. And yeah, it's just fun, and it's kind of a nostalgic pastime. It's enjoyable. It's relaxing to just. And sometimes I'll sit in my shop and just read a woodworking magazine or book. Maybe I'll organize. Maybe I'll build shop projects or whatever. Maybe I'll create something. Maybe I'll make patterns. Maybe I'll just plan different designs and different things. Maybe I'll do scroll sawing and stuff. And it's very relaxing, it's low stress. It's really good therapy. If you're really feeling kind of down, if you're stressed, if you're whatever. Now I would never advise to work in a workshop with tools and all that kind of stuff. If you're angry or very upset, you don't want to be working around tools then, but I think it's really good for our mental health and just, to do woodworking because it's really relaxing and enjoyable and fun. But yeah, it's good therapy and it's creative. You can create so many things. And like I always say, use patterns or plans and designs that people have, but make up your own things too. I'm always making up my own plans, and I'll look at a picture and build something. I'm in the middle of a bunch of projects in the house. I'm building one ramp inside, like a wheelchair ramp, make things easier for my wife when she comes home. Wheelchair ramp inside, a ramp outside, some handbars and stuff, and a railing and a thing in the bedroom and different things in the bathroom. And a new thing that side yesterday. Um, uh, and I'm gonna build a wooden seat on our bathtub for my wife. And yeah, so that'll be a new thing to make. But I just looked at pictures and I'm just gonna make it. You know, it's pretty simple. So yeah, I always encourage you to be creative and make up your own things. It's just fun. And then the gifts. Yes, you can make stuff to sell too, and I've done some of that through the years. It's kind of hard nowadays to sell. Yeah, this thing isn't locking. I have to adjust that, but oh, look at that, y'all. Look at you getting 2 full cups out of this. Look at, I haven't got not one grain of what do you call it? The grounds. Now we're to the bottom and you can see the grounds. It works so good. I love making bush coffee. It's just fun. Kind of a neat thing. Yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, you could sell stuff. I've done that before. It's just hard nowadays. I would love to stay home and do woodworking and sell stuff. But more than that, I like to make gifts. I love making gifts for people. Just little scroll sign decorations or whatever, different things. But yeah, that's kind of my who, what, where, when, and why of my woodworking. I'm gonna have to take a minute here in a second to go use the bathroom. I'm just gonna go out behind the shop, y'all. Hey Frankie, welcome. You're late, brother. No, that's okay. No, I think I did say, yeah, if anybody wanted to, well, you could watch anytime. Um, but it looks like you guys are talking on the fun chat. I should have turned my notifications off, but anyway. So if anybody wants to be on, I'm kind of done rambling. I mean, I'm gonna answer some questions and stuff in a little while, and I might do a quick shop tour. But if anybody wants to be on the show, that I sent you a link, click on it, and I'll bring you in just a minute. But I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. You guys talk. If anybody wants to be on the show, let me know. Okay. We're back here. I feel better. Yeah, coffee goes right through me. All right. So I don't see anybody. So Frankie or anybody who wants to be on the show, you can just click on the I am busy cleaning up and moving things around in my shop. Oh, okay. Frankie, do you want to take a minute and be on the show? You just click on the link in the fun chat. And you can share your who, what, where, when, and why of woodworking. Anybody? Otherwise, while I'm waiting to see if anybody wants to be on, I'll I'll answer some questions. Let me see if I can. Well, the link is in the fun chat if anybody wants to go to it. But you know, I didn't really have a. Oh shoot! I spilled coffee. Oh, good night. Don't cry over spilled coffee. Well, I kind of want to cry because I wasted some coffee, but anyway. Uh, but yeah, so I know there's some new people on my channel. Thank you for people that are just following my channel and enjoying it. Again, I just like to share my life, whatever I'm doing. But some of you are probably wondering why I'm at home because my last videos were on the road. Well, I'm at home. I'm a truck driver, and I just got home. This is Saturday. What day did I get home, honey? Thursday? Friday? I don't know. I was tracked. But anyway, and I'm home till probably I was planning on going out like Monday or Tuesday because we need the money. I gotta keep working, but probably gonna be home till Thursday or Friday. Just I just on a short time. Okay. Um. Anyway. Yeah. If anybody wants to be on the show, click the link in the fun chat. Um. Oh, my daughter just messaged me. I'll answer her in a little bit. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if anybody wants me on, click on. I don't think I'm not gonna lean on the table again. Let's see. Yes. There's nobody. If anybody wants to be on, come on in. This is the time. I'm gonna go through answer a few questions quick. So somebody asked me about batteries because yeah, I have my rechargeable Ryobi tools and they're batteries. Yeah, I keep the batteries and the chargers in the house where it's warm in the mudroom because otherwise they freeze out here. Somebody had asked me how many scroll saws I have. Let's see. I have 10 in the garage next door for teaching. And one broken one that's just parts. And then I have an antique one on top of my shop deck here. And then I have the one that I was given by my uncle years ago on the shelf back here. And then I have my 2 Deltas that I use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 14 technically. So yeah, 10 of them I just use ones I pick up and fix up for teaching. I love teaching Scrollsawing to kids when I get a chance. Spring is coming in. Hopefully start having our youth group out and teaching Scrollsawing and having fun with them. But yeah, 14 basically. So yeah, that's enough. None of them are expensive or fancy, but wish list of tools. I don't really have a wish list. The only thing I really wanted to get is thickness planer, and my friend Robert is giving me one. So thank you again, Robert, if you're watching. I got to get out his way up to New York, pick that up sometime, and then I'll put that in here. But yeah, I don't need anything else. I don't have room for anything else. How long am I on the road usually when I'm trucking? Usually a week to 2 weeks, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. But yeah, how big is our place? We have a 2-acre hobby farm in West Central Minnesota. So it's 2 acres. It's nice size. We get to see the sun come up and the sunrise and the sunset here. It's wonderful. There's a lake right across the road. Little woods here and there. There's trails and woods and lakes all over the place. We're blessed. Yeah. Future projects. Well, as far as woodworking, so right now I'm in the middle of I'm gonna finish building the ramp in our mudroom, build a ramp on the deck, going from the deck to the driveway, just a small one. And then build a wood bathtub bench in our bathroom. I'm gonna do those, probably hopefully get all 3 of those done today. And then as far as in the shop, I have that truck cribbage board. I want to work on that. Yeah, it's been sitting there for a while. Work on that. Do that sometime. I have a few scroll saw projects I'm going to do. Maybe this weekend I might do videos. I have a new pattern I found in Scrollsawing magazine. It's a new cross. I haven't done a cross in a while, and it's about this high, and it's got like flowers in it. And so I'm going to try to do that. As a few other scroll saw projects, I need to make the bottle openers that I made uh, a prototype of. I need to make some of those. A whole bunch of scroll saw projects that I want to do, but just haven't had time. And but we'll see. Yeah, just some different things and some new things I want to make and for gifts and things. And but yeah. Oh, I think we have somebody. Whoop! I almost spilled my coffee again. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see. Okay. Who do we have somebody waiting to come in? Oh, we have Joseph and Frankie. Okay. Who wants to be first? Raise your hand if you want to be first. Uh okay, we'll pick Joseph first if that's okay, because he's never been on. Okay. Uh Hey Joseph, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. You look great. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm at the coffee shop working on things for church tomorrow, and
Okay.
just put together a little video for the little kids. I do a kids chat. I bring the little kids up to the front of the church and do a little kids chat, and so we're going to march around the auditorium tomorrow and bring down the walls of Jericho.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. So we're looking forward. How you feeling, buddy? I'm glad you got home.
Yeah, yeah, made it home safely. Yeah, another crazy trip. Went to California, then up to Washington, then down to Missouri, then back, and everything went pretty good. Ups and downs as always, but God gets me through so much. Especially
Yeah,
the spring winter snowstorm in Iowa. That was yeah, but he got me
yeah.
home
That's
safely. So
Yeah, well, the good Lord is a kind God, that's for sure.
yep, he's amazing. It's so every trip and all of life. It's just amazing what he gets me through, and just yeah, I'm so blessed. And even with all the trials of life, I'm so blessed, and he gets me through so much all the time, and is always with me, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Hey, I struggle a little bit with motivation on getting out in my shop. Do you ever go through periods like that where you just don't feel like going out there because it's too hard to do or something?
um Not really. Because for me, well, I work so much on the road, I don't get a lot of time in my shop. Um, and when I'm home, I want to spend time with family, and I have lots of chores, and then I'm happy if I can get out here. So I've never really struggled with motivation to get out here. Um, yeah, I haven't, no, not too much, because I don't get that much time out here. But yeah, that usually hasn't been a thing for me too much. Um, the thing to me again, so I've been woodworking for 33 years, actually more like 40 some years, really, if I go all the way back. But and I'm just learning. I don't know how to do any of it real well. I'm still learning. And for me, I think it's just fun to come out here and just try. Do a little
Yeah,
scroll side. That's why I like the easy, quick projects. Like making my little Jesus words for gifts. I mean, it only takes a few minutes, even if I'm only out here for 15 minutes. Um, I don't take on real big projects, and I'm not real good at master craftsmanship or anything like that. So the things I do are pretty simple and easy. Um, but
Yeah, most of my woodworking in the past, I was a cabinet maker for a long time, uh,
oh,
mostly doing, you know, uh, track houses and stuff like that. So it was just real simple cabinets. There wasn't any challenge to it at all. If you could make a box and put a door on it, you basically made the cabinet. So it didn't take a lot of skill. So I'm learning a lot. I have a lathe And I haven't used it in about a year, but I do have a lathe, and I really enjoyed it. It's just I just haven't had the motivation to get out there and do anything. It's just been cold and what have you. And my shop's not heated. So,
Okay, yeah, same here, yeah. Well, I think one thing too is, like what's important to you? What are your responsibilities in life and your other hobbies? Like for me, okay, I'll take making videos for instance. I don't make money on YouTube. I do it for fun. I just like to help people smile and share my life. That's why I make videos. But it comes so easy to me, and I actually enjoy it, and it's a good outlet for me.
mhm.
So I make videos all the time. Sometimes I make 3, 4, 5 videos a week just because it's easy and it's fun. And um, but then I try to encourage other people to make videos, but it isn't for them. So it's hard for them to get motivated and want to do it. It's not their thing, and I'm realizing that because I try to get people. Oh, you got to make a video, but it's not their thing. So I think if it's something you naturally enjoy, then you want to look forward to doing it. Like, um, yeah. So, and the other thing is, we have a lot of responsibilities. We all got to work, and we have things, and sometimes we just don't get time to do stuff. But I think that's a thing too,
Yeah,
and maybe
that's a lot.
it
I
might
think
not be
if
your main thing, or what you have time to do or look forward to. But we're all
yeah,
different, and
well,
but like
I
I
think
say, for me,
also
it's
a
just
lot
going
of
out
it
and do
comes
something
back
little.
to the fact that I'm a naturally depressed person, sadly, and so that kind of. But I think if I ever got successful at really doing something, and I looked at it and said, "Hey, that was good," instead of saying, "Man, I sure could do better than that."
Yeah, yeah. And so I haven't struggled too much in my life, but I've gotten down, especially when I was younger, and I still do all the trials of life. But like I said earlier, woodworking is a good therapy, and I've
Sure.
heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's not just that you go out and you make a some big huge project, a chair, or build something really nice. Um, one second here. Um, it's just going out and just relaxing and just putzing. Like I always say, try to design a new pattern, saw something, turn something on later, something little, even just sitting out in the shop with a cup of coffee and just looking at your shop or putzing with wood. I think it is good therapy. I think it's good, but I think anything that we enjoy is too. You sitting on a deck and watching the sun and having coffee, or watching the birds. But I think for me, woodworking is it's a good therapy. It's
Good.
relaxing and enjoyable. But
Good. Well, and also you got a sweet wife that you can make stuff for.
yeah, yep. Oh, she's amazing and wonderful. I love her so very much. We are so blessed. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and making gifts, that's probably one of my favorite things about, I we have I like to make names on the scroll saw. That's
Uh-huh.
one of the first things I ever did. And I haven't been doing a lot lately, but I have a list of some people that I want to make names for, families and kids and stuff. And that's
Hmm.
wonderful. Just to make something simple. And again, it's not nothing fancy, but it's nice little gifts.
Yeah.
And that blesses my heart.
Sure it does. I'll share a story with you about when I was in high school. Um, I was in FFA. I didn't get to take wood shop, but one of the projects that we had to do in FFA was to build something, and so my dad never did think there was much reason to buy anything, so we always got used stuff, and I got a bunch of shelving material to build a little coffee table, and we got it out of an old Napa auto supply store.
Oh,
So
okay.
I took it to the school, and they had a beautiful thickness planer, and I ran that wood through there, and there was a big old piece of tungsten carbide stuck in that wood, and
Oh
I mean it
no.
just totally destroyed the blades on that thickness planer, and the shop teacher was so mad. He said, "You're not even in my class, and you ruined."
Oh no.
That was pretty sad. So I I didn't get to be in the shop anymore after that.
Well, and that can happen to anyone. Yeah, you never
Sure.
know in some wood, especially if you're using scrap wood, dunnage wood, or
Right,
whatever.
right. So
But
we've
that's
learned
too
that if
bad.
you're going to use wood, even some of the trees that we cut down are going to have nails and staples and things like that. So it's best to use a little metal detector to see if there's any metal in those things.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well,
Yeah.
and a lot of people use pallet wood, which
Yes.
I think is great, but you got to really be careful because that could have metal in it. It could have sand in it. It could
Hmm.
have toxic stuff, chemicals.
Yeah.
Um, got to be really careful with
You don't want
pallet
to
wood and
breathe
stuff too.
half of the sawdust off of pallets because it could have no telling what soaked into it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of work to take pallets apart and use the wood. And
Yeah. Yeah.
when I've done it, I wouldn't run them through a planer. I wouldn't. I,
Right.
I just pull them apart, cut some pieces with the miter saw, and then just sand the layer off and use it
Sure.
like that.
Yes.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to run it through too many tools, or definitely not through a planer.
Right.
But
Yeah, I have found also that if you're going to build a lot of the stuff that they build from um, pallet material, is just go down to the store and get the boards for fencing. You know, it's the same. It's basically the same quality and the same wood, and it doesn't have to be torn apart. It doesn't have to be planed. So you can
yeah.
make a lot of. I make those little. Have you seen the little picnic tables for squirrel feeders?
Oh, yep, yep,
Yeah, I make those, and I make those out of a 1x6 plank that I get from Home Depot. We don't have a
yep.
Menards down here, so I have to get everything at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Okay. Yep. Yeah,
So
that's true too. Yeah, that works really good. Yeah, those cedar planks, and they're only a few dollars. You can do a lot of
yeah,
cool things with
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's not like eggs at $12 a dozen.
right, yeah. The one thing that is kind of neat with pallet wood, if you can, is you can get lots of cool different woods.
Sure.
Again, you just got to be careful. But I mean, I've got oak and cherry and maple and
Yes.
walnut and some exotic woods and stuff. Sometimes they're made out of pine or cedar, but sometimes they're
Yeah.
hardwoods. And there's some really cool woods in there.
I've
Like,
gotten mahogany. You
yep,
know,
yep.
so
I
it's
don't
if it
know.
comes out of South America.
Yeah, yeah. And so I made I think I did a video. I made three different kitchen organizers. They're on our counter and they're out of a couple of pallets. But again, I just cut the boards. I sanded them down a little bit, but I didn't even uh get all it off, and they look really rustic and nice. And I don't know what it is. I think it's oak or ash or something, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Well, that's
watching
pretty
the
cool.
comments here. My wife said that the doctors and nurses are amazed, and I give God the glory and mention all the prayers lifting me up. Yeah, it is so amazing, and that's the thing. My wife, in the middle of all different trials of life, she just shines Jesus and tries to just serve Him wherever she's at, and that knowing there's a reason for everything, and that's just
Yeah.
yeah, it's so wonderful. And um, Bulldozer
Y'all
says,
sing that
Marty,
song, "To God Be the Glory."
yep, yep, yep.
That's a good. Yeah, I'll sing that for Marilyn if she'll get online. I'll sing it for. I'll sing it to her over the phone, not on a video.
You can do it right here.
No, I'm in
What?
a Starbucks. People would think I was an absolute nut.
Oh, I bet they would be blessed. I bet they
No,
would love it.
we'll see. We'll see if I can work up the courage.
Oh, they'd be wonderful. Bulldozer says, Marty, do the videos keep you going with your woodworking? Um, well, yeah, it's really funny, my videos. I like to it's so again, I make all my videos with my phone with a free editing app. It's all free. I just make them. I don't practice. I don't rehearse things. I just make videos as I go. It's just fun for me, and I like to help people smile. so I enjoy making videos. I enjoy woodworking, and so sometimes, uh, like okay, like I'm home and I'm busy, just stuff with family and project and chores and all of it. But I am making a few videos this weekend. But I kind of use woodworking as a reason to make a video sometimes. So like I have a few woodworking projects, so well, I might as well do a video about them. So I think they help each other sometimes. I think making videos gives me a reason to go out in the shop and do a project I've been wanting to do. And doing the project that I want to do gives me a reason to do a video. So yeah, I think they kind of work together. And but yeah. So what do you have, Joseph? What do you have in your shop for? So you have a lathe. What other kinds of do you mainly do lathe work?
No, I have a really nice table saw.
Okay.
I have a scroll saw. It's one of those yellow ones, that everybody got for a long time. I've got
Cool.
yeah, I've got a little bandsaw. It's not a very good one, but it does what it needs. So I have a drill press that I just bought from a guy that moved to New Zealand. So he was selling off his shop, so I got that,
Okay.
and got a lot of hand tools and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got quite a few tools.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
What do you,
sold my shop when I went to preacher school back in the late '80s. I sold everything from the cabinet shop, and over the years, I've kind of bought back a little bit. I have a few nail guns and stuff like that too.
okay. Okay. I have
Yeah.
to blow my nose again. Do you want to just share like what's your favorite things that you like to make out of wood? Like what do you really enjoy?
I really enjoy doing the like pens and pencil sets. I do a lot of that on the lathe because it doesn't take long, and they really turn out looking great, and it doesn't take a lot of skill, and you don't have to really think about what you're doing so much. Of course, you have to watch your fingers so you don't get stuck in the lathe or something like that. But yeah, the lathe is the thing that brings me the most. I haven't used my scroll saw a whole lot, so I'm not really good at it. So it's one of those eye hand coordination things that you've got to have, and I don't have that yet.
Okay. Well, I think making pens, I don't know if I could ever do that. I think
Yeah,
that's
you could.
amazing. My uncle made pens for a while and they're just wonderful. They're beautiful. And you only need a little piece of wood and you can make
Yes.
a beautiful gift.
Yes. And what's crazy is, a pen like that, if you sell them like at flea markets, they sell for $70 up to 150, $200 for a pen. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Of course, I haven't sold any. I've given a ton of them away, but I haven't sold any.
Okay. Yeah, and you don't need hardly any wood. I mean, it's just
Oh.
little pieces of wood for something like that.
What's really cool is like they tore down the old stadium here in Gladewater. And so I scavenged some of the wood from the bleachers and made some pens for people that, went to school there 40, 50 years ago. And so they
Oh,
have a little memory of when they went to school there in their pen that they use every day.
oh, that is wonderful.
Yeah, that's
That
a cool way to kind of uh, use your woodworking to bless somebody else.
yeah, that is so wonderful and so creative and so simple, really. I mean, I love that kind of thing too. So
Yeah,
I got some we got new chairs basically in our church, and so we got rid of all the old pews that we had, and they were
right,
all
right.
solid oak. And I got a couple of them, and I used some of it. I still have a lot of the wood, and we're talking like inch and a half, 2 inch thick solid oak.
Yeah,
Um,
beautiful wood.
I made a table that's oh gosh, I think it's like 3 foot by 8 foot for our sound booth. I made that. A couple other things, and I'm saving a lot of it for some future projects. But the things on the back of the pews that held the communion cups and held Bibles and pencils and stuff were solid 1/4-inch oak.
Right.
And so I have a bunch of that. So this past Christmas, I used a lot of that oak to make Christmas ornaments for people in our church.
Cool.
So they got a Christmas ornament made out of the old pews too. So yeah, that's simple and creative, but it's so wonderful to do that kind of stuff.
Yes, it's amazing what if you just put your mind to something, that you can reuse what would have been thrown away, and it actually means something to somebody, not only because of the memory, but because a friend made it. Somebody cared enough to take the time to do it.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It is neat. It just, yeah. I wish I could just stay home and do woodworking and think up things like that and make gifts. And there's so much I could spend a lifetime just doing stuff like that. Just
our friend Frankie, when I went over to Alabama, we went to Madison, Alabama to sing. My quartet did. And we met up, and he brought me a bunch of stuff that he had made, a spoon and a couple of desk ornaments and things like that. And that just meant the world to me that he doesn't hardly know me from Adam, just on what we've done over the internet. So that was really a blessing. And I look at that and I see it every day and I think, hey, that was Frankie that made that for me,
Yep. That's wonderful. He's made us some stuff. We have a special guest here. Do you want to be on?
All right.
So you're the special guest, but we have another special guest. I'm going to turn the camera around here. My son Hayden and my grandson Kyler are on the deck here. So I'm going to see if I can turn the camera around. Let's see here. Okay. Hey, little bud, can you say hi? What are you guys doing? You're going to go to the store? Are you going to get something for Bumpa? What are you going to get me? You're going to go to the store and get boogers? Or burgers? Burgers? Are we going to grill today? Is Daddy going to grill? How about Bumpa will let Daddy use the Blackstone because he's better at grilling than Bumpa is. You want to grill? That's Mr. Beans. Yeah, one of our cats down there. Yeah. Well, burgers on the Blackstone today sound wonderful. Maybe we could do sweet potato fries, maybe. Okay, yeah. It's still a little chilly out, huh? It's windy today. Are you going to help Bumpa work on the ramp again today? Help. Yeah, it's pretty chilly. It's going to warm up more. Yeah. Maybe later or maybe tomorrow we can go for a hike. We'll see when it warms up a little more. Monday might be a good day for a hike. Okay, I'll let you guys go and you can go get the burgers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Love you. Oh, that was neat.
That's really sweet. Well, Marty, I'm going to let you go and let Frankie come on. So,
okay,
it's really great to talk to you, and God bless you, and keep up doing this. It's always a pleasure to get to see you. I hope that someday you'll be traveling through East Texas and we can meet up.
Yes, we definitely will do that. Yes, because I've been really close. I'll try to. I haven't went that way for a while, so yeah, maybe I'll ask for a Texas flow pretty soon and try to get down that way.
My brother was actually up in Minnesota here a while back. He drives for some company now. He's retired 4 or 5 times and just can't leave it alone. So he gets back and starts driving. He was doing a pilot service for a while,
Oh,
and that was a little safer than what he was doing before. He was hauling, a company called Growendike. It's they haul chemicals and explosives and stuff like that. So
it sounds familiar. I think I've seen them.
you've seen them out on the road. So
Okay.
anyway, well, listen, y'all take care, and God bless you. And if there's ever anything I can do for you, you just let me know. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. It's been wonderful having you. Are you sure you don't want to sing before you go?
Well, I'll do a little bit of one song. Okay.
Okay.
How can I say thanks for the things you have done for me? Things so undeserved, yet you did to prove your love for me. The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to thee. All right. I've embarrassed myself enough.
That was absolutely wonderful. You got a wonderful voice.
Thank you. You're very sweet. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I'm sure that was a blessing to everybody. It wasn't to me.
Give my love to your sweet wife.
Okay. You have a wonderful day, my friend.
Bye-bye now.
Okay. Oh, that was so cool. That was so neat. Okay. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. So if you can talk back and forth. Frankie, if you want to, or anybody else, I can bring you in next if you want. I got to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Oh, that song that Joseph just sang, that was absolutely wonderful. Thanks again, Joseph. That was wonderful. Neat having you on. That was absolutely great to have you on the show. And the song was wonderful. Okay. Is Frankie, he was waiting, but I don't see him now. So, Frankie, if you wanted to be on the show for a little bit, or if anybody else wants to, oh, nose. I wonder, I should almost make another coffee. Of course, I gotta, let's see, what are we at here? Hour and 40 minutes. So, let's stick to 2 hours. So if Frankie, if you're out there, if you wanted to come in for a little bit, or if anybody else wants to, and then I'll probably end the live stream about 10 o'clock, and got to get going on the wood projects and chores. But let's see if he's in the waiting room here. Oh, there he is. Okay, let's see if we can bring Frankie in. Hey, brother.
Hey, I'm trying to find me.
You're trying to find me?
Me?
You? You're
Yeah.
there. I think you're there. I see you. We see you and hear you.
Yeah, I was trying to text a message and let you know that I was in the waiting room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm still learning all this, especially with StreamYard. It's a little different. I think it almost seems like StreamYard works better than YouTube to have guests, but I think I can do guests on YouTube too, but I'll have to figure them out. I know, like when you first click on the link, and then I see that you're there. But then I didn't know you were still there, but you were still there. And I think if you send a message, I have to go somewhere to look at it. I can't really see it from where I'm at. So, but you're on. That's all that matters. So how are you?
I'm doing fairly well. Like I said, trying to do some cleaning up, straightening up, organizing a little bit out here, doing a little laser project. I'm making plaques for living free to hang up. Little,
Okay, yeah. If you want to show anything, oh, I bet they're beautiful. Oh, wow. I can't really read it because the screen's too small, but I'm sure everybody else can see it. That is wonderful. You're doing really good work on your laser. Just wonderful projects.
well, it's something to decorate their new wing and words of encouragement.
Okay, yep. That is wonderful. So what are you doing them on?
It's called Revolution board. It kind of looks like Baltic birch, but it's not.
Okay, so a thinner plywood.
Yes.
Okay, how many layers is it?
1, 2, 3. 3.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Oh, that looks like that looks like really good plywood.
Now this is
Okay.
and this is the back side. It's got a few knots, but the back side is just plain.
Okay. Okay. That looks really nice.
Lot less spendy than birch. This
Right.
is $26 a sheet versus 90 something for birch.
Okay. Is that a 4x8 sheet?
Yes, and I cut it down to manageable sizes.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. You can do a lot of nice projects out of a 4x8 sheet too.
Yeah, and the first bought it, I had them to cut it in half and half again of those pieces. Then when I got it home, I got my table saw out and cut it into manageable squares. Then on the smaller project, I cut those squares in half.
Okay. Yep. Yep. You know, so I don't have a real good table saw. I mean, it works, and but I don't very often anymore like get a whole sheet. Um, it's just a little harder with my table saw right now, but I can do it. But one thing that is kind of neat, the Home Depots around here, and Menards doesn't actually have this. Menards is my favorite, but they don't cut wood to size there. But Home Depot does. They have a panel saw. It's like an upright up, and they'll cut anything to size. So I had them cut the ramp that I'm building in our mudroom. They cut it to size, exactly to size for me, and and then of course I have the leftover pieces too. But that's one nice thing about Home Depot. Most of them, or a lot of them, they'll do that for you, and it's free.
Yeah, Lowe's does that, and sometimes they'll want to charge you for doing more than one cut, but it
Oh
ain't
yeah.
much. But they treat me really well. They'll cut it. They would cut it in them smaller pieces for me.
Yeah.
We can haul it in our car, cut in half and half again.
Oh sure. Yep. Yep.
That way we can transport it.
Yeah. What I did years ago, I don't know if it was Home Depot or another place. I don't remember. So what I don't know if you've seen the Jesus portraits I've made. And I've done some other portraits and scenes too, and so and I usually do that out of just I've never got Baltic birch plywood or anything, but it'd be like 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch plywood. Um, and the boards have to be 8 by 10, so they fit in the 8 by 10 frame. So what I did a few times, I don't remember if it was Home Depot or where, but I just had them just rip them into, uh, well, I think they must have been 8 inch strips. And so the 4x8 sheet of plywood there, I had them cut them into 8 inch strips that were 8 feet long. And then I could take them home in the vehicle, and then I could use a miter saw to cut them into 10 inch pieces. So that worked good. But yeah, that's nice. And actually we have in Litchfield, we have a small lumber yard, and they have a nice table saw there. And I've, through the years I've bought wood there. It's more expensive, but sometimes just to give them the local place some business, I bought wood there, and they'll rip everything to size there on the table saw too. But yeah, I think I want to. I put my table saw in the garage. I think I'm going to set it up and put the outfeed table and a side table and make it bigger, so I could actually lay a full sheet of plywood on it and nothing drops on the floor. Because then I could rip stuff more in there. I think I'm going to do that eventually too.
I got to eventually build an outfeed table for mine. Because I just got to they come with a saw, and it's a compact contractor table saw, so the deck is not very big.
Yeah, and what you can do, so mine's a 10-inch Craftsman, which it looks like yours. It's pretty small. What's nice is I made an outfeed table that's like, I think it's about 2.5, 3 feet wide by about 4 or 5 feet long. And what's nice about that, if you build an outfeed table, when you're not using it as an outfeed table, it's a workbench.
Yeah.
So you could just make even just a small one to just catch, because honestly, for me, when I use my table saw, it's all short, small stuff. So I don't even need a big outfeed table. But that's what's nice about an outfeed table. It kind of doubles as a workbench too.
And two, really, a single person doesn't need to try to use a table saw, even if you got your output out. Well, lost train of thought what the table is. But anyway, it's easier to manage with 2 people, even if you got that outfeed table.
Right, it is, yeah. So I think I mentioned earlier, I worked in a sauna shop years ago. And it was kind of neat there. First of all, they had a nice big table saw, but then they had a 8-foot outfeed table. So, I think it was 8 or 10 feet. And so that when you ran a 4x8 sheet of plywood through it, nothing dropped off the table. It was on a table at the end. And then they also had, if I remember right, it was like a 4-foot table on the right and a 4-foot table on the left. So it was a big, huge area. One person could rip sheets of plywood and nothing falls on the floor. That was really nice.
Yeah, the place that I work is called Peacock Copper, and we made a lot of wooden. You may have seen them, the wooden trash.
Hi, Melinda.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I feel good. It's nice outside, so I'm taking advantage.
And
Seen her walking. Sorry to interrupt. Yep.
they had one of the, big table saw set up, and shoot, I bet the table was 16 by 16.
Oh,
was
yeah.
huge. And see, the cabinet grade plywood, you definitely don't want to mess it up. Of
Right.
course,
Yep. Yep.
but he would mainly get number one shelving because I done all of his sample work. I didn't cut it out, but I assembled it. I stained it. I put sand seal on it and put the clear on it.
Okay. Okay.
And a lot of the stuff, let's see, Standard Furniture sold our stuff and the flyers you would get through the mail. I can't remember the other. I think not Badcock. It's something like Finger Hut and stuff.
Okay.
The pictures of like the wooden trash bins, the vegetable bins.
Yep. Yep.
Same was my work.
Okay. Okay.
See, my main trade's auto body painter, and he found out how good I could spray clear.
Oh, yeah.
Because he bought a farm where he opened his business, and in the attic of his house, he found a 12-foot solid oak with a lot of hand carved scroll work around the edges of it.
Oh, wow.
And he said, "Will you finish this for me?" I said, "Sure, but I'm going to have help with that thing around."
Yeah.
So I prepped it, done some little more sanding, put the stain on it, and there was 12 coats of clear lacquer on the top of it,
Oh, wow. Okay.
almost shaving it. It was so shiny. So he was showing it to this guy, and this guy offered him over $1,500 just for the tabletop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The
Yep.
guy done lathe work for him in the shop, made him legs. I reckon the guy must have passed away and he never made any legs for him
Okay.
and
Yeah.
never made them oak too. And man, that was one pretty table.
I bet. I bet. Yeah. And people will pay for good handcrafted, nice finished stuff. There's a company just a little ways from us here, that does like custom tables and stuff. I mean, amazing stuff. Yeah, I've thought about going to go work there, and it's amazing, just incredible things that they make. These tabletops that they, tables and shelves and furniture they ship all over the world, and yeah,
And there was a lot of antique woodworking tools where he found that table. Like
yeah,
the old hand planes, brace and bits, the old hand drill.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
None of this guy's tools, it was up there. None of it was electric. All of it was, and I love to have the carving tool. They was probably 200 different kind of hand carving tools.
Okay, okay, yeah. Those are neat, and I got a couple of antique things in here. I got just for pennies, garage sales, thrift stores, and uh, yeah. Yeah, that's neat to see. It'd be neat to learn that stuff, like hand using hand tools and different ways of joinery and making handcrafted stuff. I don't think I'll ever get around to doing that, but yeah, that's neat to see. It's neat to see. And
But seeing
yeah,
the scroll work, that's what I call, carving out the designs on these like old ladder back chairs and stuff being
yeah.
done hand. And
There's a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's The Woodcarver. It's one of my favorite movies, and John Ratzenberger, he's in it, and he's a woodcarver, and that's a really good movie. Well, it's actually What Would Jesus Do movie, but it's called The Woodcarver, and good movie, and he does
it's
some wood carving in there, and that would
a
be
big,
fun to learn. He does it with like it's almost like chip carving or inlay carving or whatever. That would be fun to learn.
is he the one that makes the big uh, carving of Mary, wasn't it? Or the big statue?
Oh, I don't know.
We
This
may
is
be on two different ones.
Oh yeah, this is he's a wood carver and his wife had passed away and then he helps this family and the son works with him in his wood shop and he teaches him wood carving. It's a neat story. But it's one of the few movies that actually shows doing some wood carving. Um there's another movie, the I think it's The Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey. That's a good one too. And this wood carver, he carves a small nativity set for a little boy. That one's pretty neat too. There's not too many movies out there of woodworkers or wood carving, but I like there's a few of them out there, kind of fun.
Well, this one I'm talking about, I almost like he's the Holy Spirit come in human form to bring the town kind of back to Christ.
Oh, okay,
And he does a lot of Jesus carpentry. I mean,
okay.
I think he helps build a church that burned. And I may be
Huh.
getting several movies mixed up. If I
Okay.
find it again, I'll try to remember to write the name down and
Okay.
see.
Yeah, that sounds great. That would be neat to see that one too. Yeah.
I've seen a couple of John Snyder movies where he plays some good religious roles.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get ready to end the live stream in a couple minutes here. We're almost at 2 hours, and I need to get to work on chores and projects for the day. And I want to get out in
Well,
the sun where it's a little warmer. It's chilly. The wind is cold today, but
get busy helping Melinda uh, and get stuff moved out. And maybe if I get it straightened up enough, I might do a little short shop tour, maybe.
that, that'd be wonderful. Or do a long one and just talk about your different tools and the things you do and how you want to set up and stuff. That would be great.
How does the picture not look? I mean,
Very good. Yep,
this is
it's good.
off my new phone. So,
Oh, that's right. You got a new phone. Mr. Bean,
yeah,
stay out. No, out, out.
it won't drink
No cats in
coffee.
the shop. Yeah, the video and audio looks great. Yep.
Yeah, the writing on it says it's ideal for doing videos. So,
Oh,
it's
I
got,
just lost you here. Are you
uh-oh,
still there?
yeah, you there?
Oh, something happened. I had a call come in, so I ignored it, and then I lost my audio. I don't know what happened here.
Might have muted your mic.
Can anybody still hear me?
I hear you.
Can you hear me, Frankie? You can hear me? Okay. Can everybody hear me? I don't know what happened, but I can't hear me. Here, let me see here. For some reason, I can't hear me and I can't hear you. Well, I'm gonna get ready to end the live stream. I wanted to share a final quote. I like to start the live stream with a scripture and end it with a quote. So the quote I wanted to share is never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. And that's by Corey Ten Boom. So this has been fun. Frankie, it's been wonderful to have you on. Joseph, it was wonderful to have you on. This has been a fun 2-hour live stream. I'm going to get ready to end it here. And I'm going to get to work on chores, a lot of chores and projects to do today. But I'm also going to hang up our hammock and play with the grandkids and just have some fun today and just enjoy the day. Get a lot of projects done for my honey, so things are better and ready for when she comes home. And yeah, might do a couple more videos this weekend. We'll see. But anyway, thanks Frankie for being on. I don't know why I can't hear myself or you. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, thanks everybody for being on, and thanks everybody who will watch it after the fact. And I just pray you're all doing well. And we'll chat again soon.